Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Introduce myself. My name is Mamay. I want to explain about the study of strategies for reading, speaking, and reading comprehensive skill. I am taking from Bapak Ahmad, Bapak K. Second LPR 20 in journal, and this is background and research problems why them thinking about the material of that. The teaching of English as a foreign language has become increasingly important in Indonesia. It is the first foreign language in Indonesia. It is the compulsory subject to be taught for 3 years at junior high school and for another 3 years in senior high school, Lauder 2008. In this context, MTALA 2010 stated that there are many cases in which students' expectations do not match with the reality of learning results, showing that their English proficiency is still very low, or they do not have significant English ability after many years of students. Unfortunately, the change of the curriculum is not followed by appropriate socializations and teacher training, and so accordingly, the result thus far do not match the expectations. First, teachers are still teaching in the traditional way, with the biggest emphasis on the grammar, and if some are already moving toward a new approach, the emphasis of the phases begin is not directly followed by a query. Moreover, the change of approach is not followed by the applications of suitable assessment. The nature of reading. Based on the above description, Grab in Melka 2002 viewed reading as a kind of dialogue between the reader and the text. This interactive process of reading reflects that readers are told how to draw meaning out of the text, employing different reading strategies such as skimming, scanning, predicting, and each other. Hence, in the process of reading, there is activities interpretative interactions between the reader and the writer and the text. This is reading comprehensions. Reading comprehension skills are important for English language learner. Reading comprehension has multiple definitions and explanations. One of the definitions of reading comprehensions is stated as follows. In conclusions, reading comprehension strategies is the reader effort or way to elicit the information of selected text in reading. Teachers can encourage students to use effective strategies which are mentioned in discussions about when reading English text. They also can make a major difference in students' success or failure to read text effectively by modeling, coaching, facilitating, promoting, and teaching reading comprehension strategy in their classroom. This is a research method. We can we can take the research method. The first, research designs. Why we can use the research designs. The second method of the data collections. We can take the method of data collection in our class. The third, questionnaire for teacher. And the fourth, classroom observations. And 5, interview, and the last question for students. This is generally from our framework of teacher strategies in teaching reading comprehension skill. This is class observations. We have observations 1, observations 2, observations 3. This is strategies on the teaching reading. Ada their pre-activity, whilst activity, and post-activity. The first observations pre-activity, we can brainstorming strategies. The while activity, we can reading aloud strategies and comprehension strategies. And the post activity, reinforcement strategies. And the observation 2 and the pre-activity, we can take brainstorming strategy 2 and GUESI strategies. And the while activity, reading read strategies, strategies, and the second, comprehension strategies. And the post activities, we can take reinforcement strategies. And the last observations, in free activity, we can take the activity introducing strategy, and while activity direct learning strategies, and post activity, we can reviewing strategies. From the 3 teacher observatory as of the applied different strategies in free and while activity and the post activity. Only in the post activity 1, observation 1, pre-activity, use a brainstorming strategy as an introduction or warming up before starting the learning material. And observatory 2, use brainstorming and word guessing strategy to analyze the student prior knowledge due to their vocabulary and readiness in joining the learning process. Different which observation 3, who use introducing strategies to give the students basic understanding about the learning material that would be taught. But in while activity, in the first observation 1, use reading alone and comprehensive strategy to describe the balance of student reading related to pronunciations and intonations. And observation 2, use reading rest and comprehension strategies in order the student didn't feel suppressed in the process of learning and they could learn touch game. While the observation for the last, the 3, use direct learning strategies as the pre-activity had been done before namely explorations and collaborations. In the post-activity, two of the teacher observation 1 and observation 2 use reinforcement strategy, but they had different reasons. Different reasons. While observation 3 use review strategies. Observation 1 use a reinforcement strategy to improve the student experience and ability in reading English text. And observation 2 use reinforcement strategy to clarify whether the student had understood the material that had been learning or not. And the last observation use reviewing strategies to confirm whether the learning objective had been achieved. This is the general from the teacher strategies in the teaching reading comprehensive skill. And we can conclusions. For the second research problems, it can be seen that the teacher applied three kinds of strategies in teaching reading. Those are free reading, whilst reading, and post-reading strategies. In free reading stage, they gave the students some questions as a warming up to know and enrich the student vocabulary mastery. This also done to have the student to answer to the topic being discussed. Next, in the while reading stage, they distributed the text and give some questions related to the text provided. This is done to know the student comprehensions on the text given. Even this is done to apply, then in post-reading stage, they did reinforcement and give the conclusions to know whether or not to the student understand to the material had been given by their teacher. Okay, it's all enough these presentations of the reading comprehensions. I hope you understand. Thank you very much. For my mistake. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.